Coming up next episode, I'm testing out the Wilderness Systems Radar 135 fishing a new area with the guys. The fish are just as plentiful, but they're not feeding as aggressively as on day one.
It's been a lot of work for it, but feels good to finally get one.
Oh my God. While I start off struggling, a change in tactics leads to the epic hookup that I came here for.
Fish on. Ooh. Yep, getting this other line in so that I don't wrap it around there. Oh yeah. Really nice redfish. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Field Trips. I'm your host, Robert Field. This is the second episode from here at Pointe, Chenes, Louisiana, South Louisiana in the marsh. We're here with Jameson and Brooks from Jackson Kayak. So what they're doing right now, we're filming some stuff here for NRS, my favorite apparel brand. They make all this stuff. Jackson Kayak, a couple other brands. And then launch, hit the water, and hopefully get on some fish. Yesterday we wore them out, got a bunch of reds, nice sheephead, huge black drum. Hopefully we can have similar success today. Eric Atkins here from Alabama, right? Got Adam here, one of the co-founders of Yak Angler. He's out here today in the new canoe Pursuit. I did a review on one of these. You can check out on my channel. There's some serious grass over here. I'm glad this thing paddles well, man, or today would have been miserable. Nice, dude. Looks like a decent one, too. Ooh. Ooh.
Come on!
Get in the net! Get him in the net!
Wasn't the prettiest net job, but he's in there.
Nice, dude. Inhaled the frog. Got all this grass. He borrowed a little technique from the bass fisherman through a top waterfront. And it paid off big time. Beauty. All right, so we're trying to meet up with some of the other guys on the Jackson Kayak team that went out earlier while we were, you know, getting some of the footage that we needed. And we kind of took a wrong turn. Now we hit a dead end and we're gonna have to walk across some marsh grass, which typically may or may not be solid. Let's pull the rudder up and beach this bad boy. One nice thing, it's super easy to pull the pedal drive out, keep it from dragging on this grass. Oh my God, it stinks. Now the tricky part, getting out without sinking. The thing about the Louisiana mud is that you step on it and you are liable to sink up to your chest. I mean, this stuff is just like quicksand, sucks you in, and really, I know it sounds like a joke, but the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. So, oof, oof. So Jameson's pro tip was lay the grass down and that will keep you from sinking, allegedly. I've reached the end of the road here. Okay, this could be tricky. It's hard to know what you can step on and what's gonna just give way under you. Okay, let's see if I can shove off now. Give her the old scoop. Whew, piece of cake. So some might look at that and say, oh man, kayak fishing is so hard, it's so much work. I look at that and say it's pretty freaking cool that I even have the option of trudging over 10 feet of land without having to go the long way around. I'll pop this guy back down. 2 quick clamps, super easy. And just push her on down. Now we're rocking and rolling. All right, that's pretty slick. You know, that's one thing. I mean, Wilderness Systems has been bragging about and kind of harping on the fact that they've got a boat you can paddle, pedal, or motor. But the key to that is that it's easy to transition. Otherwise, if it's super clunky, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good if you can't actually, you know, functionally change it when you need to. So far it's been pretty simple, at least between the pedal and the paddle. Well, as is often the case here in South Louisiana, or really any marsh, the bugs have come out in force. Gosh, I hate this stuff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Deep woods. You're gonna get West Nile, bro. You want some? We've come to this area, it's just full of grass. Yesterday we took the mothership to an area we really didn't have any grass. Really made it a lot easier to work these areas. I mean, the grass comes to the surface, so even topwaters are getting hung up. We are kind of struggling to find really just fishable water. We spooked a few fish that looked decent, but there's really just no way to get a lure to them and present it right, because basically the second my topwater hits the water, it's getting fouled up. Brooks got a topwater frog, even it was getting fouled up. Bass bait, topwater frog, I mean, they really rarely get hung up. That's what it's made to throw in, but this stuff is just so thick. So we're gonna mosey on down a little ways and see if we can't find a little more open water to give us a chance to present our lures the way we need to. I'm stoked with how well this Radar 135 paddles, and it's a good thing because this grass is so thick. I mean, no pedal drive could get through this stuff, and this would have made for a really long day if this thing, paddled like a barge, but it actually paddles pretty great. I think I heard that this is kind of a blend between the Attack and the Ride series that Wilderness puts out. Both great boats. I owned an Attack for a while. Really great paddling boat, super stable. So overall, pleased with the performance of the hull for sure. Everything else, kind of still jury's out. I gotta spend more time on it, but so far impressed with this thing. But yeah, I'm basically gonna start paddling down here and we're gonna try to find some open water, see if we can't catch some fish. Peaceful out here though. I love the marsh. Such a cool environment. Yep, let's get to it. Little trout. Well, I didn't come out here to catch trout, but after a day like today, mostly spent feeling like a waste of time, I'll take anything at this point. Fun little guy. Let him go. That's a good sign. Maybe they're turning on right now as we're finally getting a chance to fish a little bit. Maybe we can turn this day around and get some fish. There we go, little red. Hit it right by the boat. He came airborne. It's been tough. We were in that grassy area earlier, just could not really figure out an effective way to fish it. So we moved down about 2 miles, lots of good marsh. There's not a bunch of grass in the water. And there's been reds cruising. I've seen a bunch. I've probably seen 30 since we got here. They're just super spooky. Water visibility is not that great, but for whatever reason, these guys just been spooking, seeing me from a long ways off. So finally decided to just sit down, start blind casting to wakes instead of trying to see fish, because every time I stand up, by the time I see them, they see me and take off. Not a bad little red. Let him go.
fish number one. Things are looking up.
I made a cast to him and then I looked to my side and there's another one coming right at me. So I reeled it in real fast and I went and just pitched it to him and he nailed it.
Yep. I got it. Another little trout, a little bit bigger than that last one.
Dropped the fly right in front of his nose, and dang if he didn't go down on it and mash it. So that is my first sheephead on the fly and the biggest sheephead I have ever caught. I am tickled pink. Here we go. Woohoo!
Run right at me. Got him on, got a decent one on. Burst out of here. Nice. All right. Woo. Finally, decent redfish. All right, well, they're getting a little bit bigger. I mean, he's definitely no monster, but a lot bigger than the ones I've caught so far. He hit the same little bait, redhead, jig head, and little white swim bait. That's basically all I've caught fish on today, so I'm gonna keep working that. I was just blind casting, I heard a little splash back here. Cast up in there, and sure enough, decent little fish. Go ahead and measure him on the accent paddle. About 17 inches, decent little guy. Not bad little red, it's been a tough day, but beautiful fish, fun fight. And there he goes, nice. Finally, something decent. See if we can get some more. There goes a small red right there. Spooked him. All right, so just had a redfish like right next to my kayak, about a foot away. Unfortunately, I spooked it, but it's good to know that they're up here in this skinny water. I mean, it's about 6 inches deep. And he was just kind of hanging out. There was some small mullet in here he was trying to get. I just saw another tail back in there. See that point on the left? The tail just came out like a foot off of it. Oh, I just got bit again, bro. Oof. Like that. Oh, that's a sheephead. I can see it. I see one. Hey, two coming right there. Those are two reds right there. I see one cruising right there. Closer. I can barely see him now. Perfect, perfect. Let it sit for a second. Oh. Oh, he had it in his mouth. He had it in his mouth. And I reached down to turn the camera on instead of setting the hook. And that's what I get. Oh my God. Dude, I have chills. Oh my God. All this stirred up stuff right here. I just stood up and about 4 feet to my right, of course the head mount wasn't running. I mean, I wasn't expecting this, was the biggest bull red I've ever seen. inshore for sure. I mean, my biggest red ever was 48 inches, which is a beast, but I got it offshore on really heavy gear. I just stood up and just sitting there in the grass was about, I would say, a 45-inch bull red, just sitting there in the grass. But that tells me that what I'm doing, I am on the right track right now. So I've kind of given up working the grass this morning. Worked it with the, in fact, I'm gonna cast out in case he's still around. Anyways, so I've been working the grass line because I mean, that's, you know, they were all up in the grass and in these ponds yesterday when we were in that other area. And today, a few people have gotten a few fish up off the grass on top waters. I've gotten a couple on a swim bait, but I remembered that the first time I ever came here to Pointe with Scott Bienvenu from Pack and Paddle, the day he taught me about the subtle art of sight casting here at Pointe, he told me, stand up and drift across these big open flats, get away from the grass, and if you just stand up and look, you will see the bigger reds sitting here just chilling in the grass. And sure enough, I had actually totally forgotten about that, but I kind of gave up on the grass just because it wasn't working. And I just stood up and saw a stud redfish just sitting there in the grass, not doing anything, not moving. Until of course he saw me, then he got going. But hey, they're out here cruising this flat. I'm gonna just kind of abandon working the grass lines and just work this open water. Little trout, that is not what I want. Not the bull reds I'm looking for. Oh my God. I was just working this little Z, oh my God, I got goosebumps. I was just working this little Z-Man shrimp, this little thing right here. And all of a sudden I look behind it, I mean, it's right next to my boat, and some giant shadow is chasing it, but it's dark. I was like, that's not a redfish. Stopped this thing on the bottom, twitched it twice, and he hit it, and I set the hook, and it just sat there. So I started reeling up, thinking like, what's going on? I could feel the weight. I mean, I knew he had it in his mouth. And this alligator gar just surfaced with my bait in his mouth right next to my boat. He did not realize he was hooked, and then I started pulling on him, and he took off. And as those fish are known for, you know, I've caught about a 110 pounder out of the kayak, just super hard to get a hook in on. Their mouth is all bone. So, I mean, it didn't even push through the plastic. He was just holding on to it. But, I mean, check my leader, actually. Oh, that is so funny. I sight casted to a red. I saw the red spook. So I was just kind of twitching it in, you know, might as well. That shadow, gosh, I heard their alligator gar in these bayous. I've never seen one or hooked one. That was a nice one. I'd have been here the rest of the day. I'm kind of glad he didn't get hooked. That was intense though. I guess once the fish gets that big, they don't spook as easy as some of these reds. There's not much in here that could tango with that guy. Woo, that was a big fish. Fish on? Yep. Something pretty good. Oh no. Oh, he's just coming at me. Whew, it's fast. What is it? Just exploded on the surface, and then it ran at me fast. It's fast, whatever it is. Oh, it's right here. Dude, it's darting all over. What is it? Really nice red. Really nice redfish. Really nice redfish. Oh my God. All right. I gotta get this line in. No, I'm gonna lose him. I should not mess with it. Really nice redfish on, guys. And he is about to tangle me up in this other line I got out. I need to get this in. Oh God, but I don't wanna mess this up. Oh yeah. Yeah, go that way. Really, really nice red, you guys. Whew. Just keeping pressure on him, getting this other line in so that I don't wrap it around there. This is a really, I mean, definitely bull red, definitely overslot, maybe significantly. Oh, I just got in some dirtier water. I switched lures to something a little brighter. I literally cast it out, and the second it hit the water, this guy was on. I thought I was hung up, actually. I must have just placed it perfectly right in him. And You guys, this looks like a really, really big red. Oh, he's just kind of steady pulling. He's getting worn out now. Made crazy runs. He ran right at me. I thought he came off. Ooh, I've only got a glimpse at him, but his head, it looks like a big fish. Looks like the kind we're out here looking for. I don't think he's quite as big as he felt at first, but he's got some nice shoulders on him, nice thick head. Not quite as long as he looked, but I mean, he's definitely over slot from what I can tell. Ooh, he's a good fish. Oh yeah. He pulled out a ton of drag right away, exploded on the surface. I thought maybe it was a gar after hooking that gar earlier. Kind of was on my mind. I thought maybe I had got a gar, but no. This is exactly what we're out here for. I just got to get him in the boat. I mean, this is a strong fish. Oh gosh, yes. Oh yeah. And he's not gonna come quietly. Typically they'll act like they're done until they see the net. And then suddenly they'll explode again. Yeah, he's not ready. This is a nice fish. He looks like maybe about 35 inches. It looks pretty similar in size to the one Jameson got yesterday when we were in that other spot, which is, you know, this is a healthy fish. It's a nice one. No, it may not quite be as big as Jameson's was. It looks like it's a solid fish. God, he's strong. And he's not ready. He's not ready. Come on, buddy. Oh, he might be about like Jameson's fish. Actually, come here. Yes! Oh my God. Yes! Dude! Beast of a redfish, you guys. Oh my gosh. That is what I've been looking for. Good Lord, I've been out here working for this guy forever. Oh my God, just about giving up hope of landing one, of hooking one. Oh man, just have not got any bites. I've seen some big ones. And this right here is what I have been waiting for. Oh my gosh, doesn't fit in the net at all. Now that right there is what we came down to South Louisiana for, looking for these guys right here. That is a stud bull red. I mean, look how fat this fish is right here. I can't even hold him up barely. That's what we're out here looking for. That's exactly what I've been waiting for all day. Gosh, I've been seeing them everywhere. I've been seeing nice fish. I've seen a couple this size. Just couldn't get them to eat. I feel like I've thrown every soft plastic in my tackle box. Oh my gosh, you guys, this makes the grind all day worth it. What a fish on light tackle using this Lamiglass Kayak Series rod. I think it's P724S, I think, 7.2 medium heavy spinning rod. Just killer. I mean, this thing, super sensitive, casts great, and you know, this is one of their lighter rods, and if it could hold up to this bruiser, you know it's a solid rod. Woo! God, I was about giving up hope. I got about an hour till I got to get out of here, and there it is. Get the hook out of this gal, set her on her way. Oh my gosh. Man, it feels good to finally get that girl. Oh, beautiful fish. Look at the shoulders on that girl. She's just thick. Whoo, hoo, hoo. Got a belly on her. She's been eating good. That right there is a Pointe bull red. Just hold her by the tail, move her back and forth as we drift through the current, and when she wants to go, she won't give me an option. I won't be able to hold this gal. Beautiful copper color, white belly. That right there is a beauty. Pretty lengthy fight. I mean, it took probably a solid 5 minutes to get her in, and she was going crazy, so may take her a minute to really get back in gear, but I won't let go of her until she fights me and releases herself. Don't worry, girl. I'm gonna hang out here with you, make sure you're all right before we let you go. Oh, such a pretty fish, and there she went. That was so fun. That's why we're out here, is the Bull Reds, Pointe, Louisiana. You have got to get out here and do this. PAC Kayak Rentals is where we're staying. Eddie and Lisa are the owners. They are just tremendous people, so hospitable, so nice. I mean, everything we've needed, they have taken care of us. It's just been an incredible place, and I cannot recommend it enough. When I come to South Louisiana, you better believe I'm stopping here at Pointe. But I'll link below in the description, so if you want to hit up Eddie and Lisa, come out here and do this, they will take care of you. It is an absolute blast. Every time I come here, this place delivers. I mean, yesterday it was a completely different story. We went to a different area, and I mean, we're just sight casting all day. Every time you saw a red, if you put the lure in the right spot, he would hit it. Today has not been that case at all. I have seen tons of reds when I was over in that clear water, but I had a few perfect casts, you know, a few feet in front of them, and then twitched it right in front of them, and they'd look at it and just kind of take off. But I just kept switching lures, kept having the same results. So finally I said, you know, it doesn't matter that I'm seeing fish. These fish aren't eating. Came over here to this dirtier water, put on this bright colored lure, and sure enough, first cast, stick that bull red. I'm realizing right now, so in such a hurry to get her back in the water, I didn't want her to die, that I didn't even measure. I don't know how long she was. I would guess she was in probably mid to upper 30 inches range, maybe like 37 inches. I have no clue what she weighed. She had a belly on her. I wouldn't even want to guess, but whoo, man. That's the crazy thing about fishing, you know. I'm getting frustrated. I'm sitting here casting, nothing's hitting. I'm seeing all these fish, just getting upset. All it takes is that one cast, that one bite. Today was a great day. Funny how that works. Beautiful red. Oh my god. Bro. He's got my grips, I see him.
I'm rolling. Did it get smaller when you went in the water?